Basketball Saturday continues in Morristown. It is the finale of our Saturday doubleheader as we welcome you back inside Zebuda Gymnasium on the campus of Walters State Community College. This afternoon, it's the Walters State Senators and the Cleveland State Cougars to round out another exciting week in Region 7 basketball. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Morristown and to Senator Basketball on the Walters State Sports Network. Maya Patel with you. It is so great to have you along as we just saw a thrilling finish in the women's contest. Walters State taking it 79-74, and now it's the men's turn to try and polish off a Senator sweep here on Saturday. But standing in the way are the Cougars of Cleveland State, led by head coach Lee Sigliano in his 26th season. But come on now, 26 pales in comparison to what Bill Carlisle brings to this Walters State squad in his 44th year at the helm of these Senators. We take a look at our starting lineups today. First for the visiting Cleveland State Cougars. They will start with Christian Green, the freshman point guard, along with Maurice Dixon. And then Jaden Julian in there as well, along with Damian Forrest. And then Kawan Banks rounds out the starting five for Cleveland State. For Walters State, we will get to the lineups in just a moment. There we go. For Walters State, Sly Thompson leads it off. He is the redshirt sophomore. A lot of experience there for the guard out of Knoxville, Tennessee, along with Demarius Hayes, Demarius Boyd, Devonta Williams, Tyler Haynes, and Goom Majek, the tall 6'9" freshman out of Sydney, Australia. We turn it down to public address voice Jared Smith, taking care of the starting lineups on the court. This is a younger Cleveland State team, but right now the Cougars come in even 500, 2-2 on the year, but they are in fifth place, right there in the middle of the pack in Region 7 action. Walters State tied for second with Motlow State. Those two will square off on Monday night right here in Morristown, so that'll be a big-time battle at the top of Region 7, but a lot of basketball until we get to that point. Walters State coming off of a win. That was at Chattanooga State, 82-74. Cleveland State, in its last game, also defeated the Chattanooga State Tigers. That was way back on February 10th, though. So Cleveland State has not played a basketball game in 10 days. We'll see how that affects the Cougars, if at all, against this deep Walters State team from top to bottom. All right, the starters are on the floor. Majek and Forrest will tip. We are underway. Cleveland State controls the tip, and it's Christian Green who has the ball to begin the afternoon. Julian in trouble. Has it smacked away by Williams. He lost the handle, and Walters State gains the possession after the Cougars turn it over. Thompson double to the top, dumps it off to Williams, drives baseline, up, off the iron. Controlled by Cleveland State. Green has it picked, recovered by his teammate, and now Dixon steps back and cashes a three. First points of the night belong to Maurice Dixon. Walter State, coming off of a 16-14 season a year ago, finished 9-9 in conference play. Knocked out by Columbia State in the quarterfinals of the TCCA tournament. For this Cleveland State squad, 9-19 a year ago, 6-12. Didn't make it past the play-in round of the TCCA tourney, as the Cougars whistled for backcourt. Mentioned it a few minutes ago, Bill Carlisle in his 44th season at the helm of the Walter State Senators. He's been coaching basketball since 1962. This is his 58th year in the sport. Has over 1,000 career victories, has 901 victories as a Senator. First foul of the ball game, that's on Tyler Haynes. And it will send Maurice Dixon to the line. Dixon, a 58% free throw shooter, 7-12 at the charity stripe so far this year. First attempt, rattles in off the back rim.
Entering the ball game, number 12, free.
2 for 2 for Maurice Dixon, and he's got all 5 points of the ball game. Williams, left corner, baseline, up and under, can't get it to roll off the glass. Batted out of bounds, possession arrow, points towards Cleveland State. And the Cougars will have the ball up by 5. Walter State will press 2 minutes into the ball game. Full court press for the Senators. That's Thompson picking up Green full court. Green gets it across the timeline, hands it off to Julian. Back to Green. Thought about the three, now drives, kicks it out. Dixon, too short. Underneath, rebounded by Julian. And he gets fouled on his way up by Williams. So Julian rewarded for the offensive board, but can't cash in the first. Makes the second. And Cleveland State leads 6-0. 17:31 left to go in the ball game. Again, Walter State coming off that win against Chattanooga State, but that was a game that the Senators trailed 7-0 at one point, and Bill Carlisle making that point to his bench right now. He just said, you're getting the same thing as last time, not ready to play. See if the Senators can turn it around. Dixon whistled to the loose ball foul. Walter State gets it in. Thompson, 7 to shoot, underneath, and in. Haynes with the first Senator points of the ball game. Walter State trails 6-2. Green, right side, loses his footing, and it's a block. Looks like it'll be Slide Thompson that gets whistled. Yep.
Foul is on number 2, Slide Thompson, his first, team third, entering the ball game. Number 1, Juan Hale.
So Kawan Hale comes in for Thompson. Cleveland State inbounding under its own bucket. Tipped by Hale, and then it falls out of bounds. Forrest wasn't able to handle it, so the Senators force a turnover. Trailing 6-2, 16:46 left to go in the first half. Boyd, baseline, jumper. Won't fall off the glass, rebound. Cleveland State comes out with it. Senators still pressing. Julian gets it across, slip for a moment, but stays on his feet. And now Green getting out the play call. Eight to shoot. Green inside. Forrest goes to work and whistled for the travel. Got happy feet in the paint. He gets caught for it. So back-to-back turnovers for Damian Forrest. And Walter State still trails by 4. 16 minutes left to go in the first half. Williams gets it to Reek. And Reek slips. Yeah, the paint. He's whistled for the travel. Reek, the sophomore. Forrest, left side, right hand, count it.
Personal foul, number 24, Destin Baker, his first, team 4.
So it's an and one for Forrest. And now Forrest gets whistled for a technical foul. So Forrest will get a free throw. But first, Tyler Haynes gets the technical foul free throws for Walter State. Haynes out the line. He's got 2 points tonight. Make it 3. Bounces off the front iron and in. Haynes a 94% free throw shooter. He does not miss very often. 35 of 37 from the line this season. And it is 8-4.
The basket was good by number 21, Damian Forrest, who's shooting 1.
So Haynes with 4 points, and now Forrest with his chance to finish off a three-point play. He does so. Cleveland State leads by 5. 15:23 left to go in the first half. Boyd, back to Hale. Left elbow, Boyd. Corner 3. Off the back iron, rebounded by Forrest. Green pushes, dumps it off to Banks. Dixon from top of the key. Finds the bottom of the net. And Maurice Dixon has 8 of Cleveland State's first 12. Walter State takes a timeout. Coach Carlisle wants to talk things over. We'll take the timeout as well. With 14:44 left to go in the first half, Cleveland State leads 12-4. Back to Morristown in a moment. You're watching Senator Basketball on the Walter State Sports Network.
At this point, you can just freehand.
The only time meal is plural is if
Back to action out of the break. Walter State trailing 12-4. 14:38 left to go in the first half. Williams has it blocked on his way to the bucket. Cleveland State comes up with it. Green directing traffic. Gives it to Dixon. Top of the key, Julian has it picked. Here comes Boyd, down the lane, and the foul.
Fouls on number 2, Maurice Dixon, his second personal foul, third team foul. Count the basket at the line as shooting 1, Demarius Boyd. Entering for Cleveland State, number 20.
Demarius Boyd going the distance. Now can cut it to a 5-point deficit. Can't get the free throw to land. 12-6, Cleveland State leads. Forrest. Back to Green. Now Julian. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Green goes to work. Inside floater. Rattles in. Christian Green with his first points of the ball game. A lead back to 8. Hale drives to the lane, dumps it off to Barker. Now back up top to Boyd. 8 to shoot. Boyd down the lane. High floater. Falls.
Demarius Boyd.
Big bucket from Demarius Boyd. Banks calling for the screen. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Swings it over. Julian tried to dump inside, tipped out. Walter State has it. Boyd down the floor to the bucket.
Demarius Boyd.
6 straight points for Demarius Boyd, and the lead is down to 4. (14-10), 12 and a half left to go. Boyd again, this time is fouled on his way out. Green got him on the wrist.
Fouls on number 1, Christian Green, his first, team 4th, entering the ballgame for Cleveland State. Number 10.
Demarius Boyd has put a jolt into this Walter State offense.
Also
Here are the Senators.
Cleveland State, number 3, Desmond
Just trailed by 4. Trailed by as many as 8 in this one. They were down 6-0 to start the contest. Long 3, rattles in. Boyd with the hot hand makes it a 1-point game. Looking to get it inside to Pride. Can't do so. Pride open under the bucket. Has it baseline. Gets it in. First bucket for Kobe Pride. Boyd, he's got the hot hand. Gets fouled on his way to the rim. Demarius Boyd has had the last 9 Walter State points. And a couple of free throws could make it a 1-point contest once again. First one is short. Boyd, a 27% free throw shooter from the line. Just 28 of 40 coming into the contest. And he's 0 for 2. Pride comes out with a bucket. Lead remains at 3 for Cleveland State. Billingsley in the corner. An off-the-ball foul from Walter State.
Entering the ballgame, number 23, Gary Smith.
Billingsley on the right wing, 6 to shoot. 3 left on the shot clock. Billingsley in the paint, right hand, can't kiss it off the glass. Rebounded by Forrest rather. And Forrest draws the foul.
Foul is on number 1, Quan Hale, his first. Team number 6.
6th foul of the half for Walters State. That one was on Hale. Now Forrest with the inbound, spins around and drops it in with the right hand.
Damian Forrest.
6 points for Damian Forrest, and Cleveland State leads by 5. 10:45 left to go in the first half. Locked by Pride. Haynes goes to work, finishes with the right hand.
Tyler Haynes.
He's got 6 of the first 15 for Walters State. Trying to get it inside. Forrest gets it. Goes up with the right hand on the left side once again. Ball on the floor. Cleveland State's got it. And now the Cougars want a timeout.
Timeout, Cleveland State.
Cleveland State leads by 5. 10 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the first half. We'll be back to Morristown after the break. You are watching Senator Basketball on the Walters State Sports Network.
At this point, you can just free.
The only time meal is plural is if you're happy to
Back to action here at Z Buddha Assembly Hall and Gymnasium. Tipped away by Williams, but Cleveland State will keep possession. Five-point lead for the Cougars. So far for Walters State, it's been a two-man show offensively. Nearly stolen away by Williams, and instead a long three rattles off the rope for Miles Tucker. And Walters State will have the ball. Haynes and Boyd with 6 and 9 points respectively. That makes up the 15 for the Senators. Here's Haynes, left elbow, too strong. Inside, an opening for Brandon Charles, but tied up. And on the jump ball, Walters State will have it. Hale down the lane. Basket won't count. Foul was called on the floor on Billingsley.
His first. Team number 6.
9 minutes left in the first half. Haynes underneath. Goes to work on the left side, too strong. Rebounded by Cador. Put back, no good for the Senators. Morgan drives right side, sticks the elbow out, and gets called for it.
Fouls on number 10, John Morgan, is first. Team number 7, player control foul.
7th foul of the half for Cleveland State. Underneath, Haynes, step back. Morgan down the paint, left side, kisses it off the glass. Coast to coast for John Morgan. Eight minutes left in the first half. Cleveland State by 7. Boyd has had the hot hand. It stays that way. 11 points for Demarius Boyd. Tucker, 10 on the clock. Swings it, Billingsley, far corner. Way too strong. Controlled by Hale, he kicks it to Boyd. Boyd, jump step, goes up in the air, gets it out to Cador, now back out to Hale. He kicks it out into the corner, but a walk whistled on Devontae Williams. Stutter stepped before he got set. So a turnover for the ladies, for the Senators, trailing by 5. 7:12 left in the first half. 5-point contest. 5-1 Walter State against 2-2 Cleveland State. Banks won't rattle in. Now here's Boyd. 1-on-2, straight to the rim. Won't fall, and he tips it out. Keeps it alive. Williams capitalizes.
Williams for 3.
No travel that time, and it's a 2-point game. Green calls for the screen, doesn't use it. Drives right side of the paint. Foul on the floor. That was Kawan Hale. Wilson for his second. And so Christian Green is at the line. 7th team foul of the half for Walter State, so Cleveland State is into the bonus. .65% free throw shooter on the year. Can't hand the front end of the 1-and-1. Loose ball, foul called. That's Deng Agath. Just into the ball game. Now Damian Forrest will have a 1-and-1. And Forrest can't hit the front end. There was a lane violation by Walter State. So we'll try it again. This time, the front end is good. Still got one more because of the lane violation. This will put him into double figures. 10 points for Damian Forrest, and the Cleveland State lead is back to 4. Haynes, free throw line. Back iron. Green dishes, Pride, 12-footer. Off the rim, off the glass, and in.
Kobe Pride.
.535 left in the first half. Cleveland State leads by 6. Boyd. Williams can't get it to fall. Cleveland State pushes. Cougars have numbers tied up in a travel.
Entering the ball game
3 steps for Kawan Banks.
for Walter State. Number 20, Najee Wright.
Agath loses the handle, but gets the foul caught.
On number 12,
Jaden Julian whistled, and so Walter State now in the bonus. It'll be a 1-and-1 Dang Agath at the line.
Nicholas Kennard. At the line shooting 1+1. Number 21, Dang Agath.
Front end of the 1-and-1 won't land for Agath, with a rebound by Fox. Walter State will reset. Williams stolen away. And it rolls out of bounds. Just under 5 minutes left in the first half. Cleveland State on top by 6. Boyd gets the high screen. Gets it again. Down the paint. To the bucket.
Demarius Boyd.
That's 13 for Demarius Boyd. Back to a 4-point game. Green uses the screen. Long 2, front rim. Boyd, floater, rattles out. Green across the timeline. And now we'll run the set play. Looking inside to get it to Pride. Nothing doing there. Forrest, top of the key. Left side, right hand. Too strong this time. Fox controls it. Swings it ahead. Agath down the paint. To the rim.
Dang Agath.
2-point game. Long 3 rattles out for Baird Kennard. Walter State trails by 2. The Senators have not yet led in the contest. We're down 6-0 to begin the ball game. Williams with a nice move. And the finger rotor falls. Tied at 26. Banks to Forrest. Agath comes out with it. Loses the handle, gets it back. Straight to the rim, and one. And Walter State has its first lead of the game.
Fouls on number 22, Nicholas Kennard, his first.
Oh, they have called the foul on the floor. So it's a 1-and-1 for Agath. Yep, they've whistled 1-and-1. It went in and even looked like it was goaltending on Cleveland State to knock it in, but a fortuitous break for the Cougars. It's tied, and Agath with a chance to break it. Can't do so. Fox can't get the rebound. Cleveland State has it. Tied at 26, 2.5 left in the first half. Forrest, turnaround jumper, rolls out. Boyd swings it to Williams. Boyd, 5 seconds. Jumps up, buries the three.
Three-point basket by number 4, Demarius Boyd.
Boyd with 16 points. Walter State leads by 3. He did get a flop warning, however, on the bucket. What a big-time basket for the sophomore. Forrest tied up. Agah picks up his second.
Personal foul, team foul number 9. At the line shooting 1+1, number 21.
Forrest to the line for a 1-and-1. 70%, over 70% at the charity stripe this season. Already has had a couple trips this afternoon. Front end of the run, 1-and-1. Clangs off the side of the rim, rebounded by Cleveland State. Now Forrest gets in there and picks up the bucket. 1 point lead for Walter State with a minute and a half left to go in the first half. Boyd back to work, step back. Off the rim, gets his own board. Called for over the back. He got whistled for a push on his way to the bucket. That's his first foul, but that puts the Cougars into the double bonus.
At the line shooting 2, number 22, Nicholas Kennard.
So Baird Kennard to the line for 2. Misses the front end.
Entering the game, number 15, Tyler Haynes.
Baird Kennard out of Smyrna, Tennessee. Lighthouse Christian School.
Entering the ball game, number 25, Boomer Majette.
Could tie it up here with this free throw. 1 minute and 22 seconds left in the first half. Aims it up. Too strong. Ugly free throw performance in the first half. Williams, coast to coast, can't finish. Now Cleveland State pushes. Long three. Kennard, back iron. Walter State has it. A minute left in the first half. And Boyd, 4-3, comes up short. 50 seconds left to go in the first half. Walter State leads 29-28. Nearly stolen away by Fox. Eight seconds. Now 5 to shoot. Billingsley, baseline, has to put it up, dumps it off. Forrest just gets it off before the whistle, and he gets the foul.
Fouls on number 5, Devontae Williams, his second. At the line,
Second foul on Williams. The shot clock was about to expire, and Forrest just got the shot off. At the line for 2. After 5 bounces, the first falls. 13 in the first half for Damian Forrest. Tied at 29. And Cleveland State leads by 1. Shot clock is off. 25 seconds left to go in the first half. Cleveland State leads 30-29. The Senators will hold for the final shot of the half. Williams lost the handle, gets it back. 10 seconds. Williams with 7 for 3. Back of the rim. Billingsley has it. Williams bats it away, puts it up at the buzzer, off the back of the backboard. Okay, a back and forth first half. Cleveland State was out in front 6-0. Once we got things rolling, Walter State climbed back in thanks to the Haynes and Boyd show. Demarius Boyd, 16 of the 29 first half points for Walter State. He has kept the Senators in it. Haynes has poured in 6 as well. And then Williams has 5. Nobody else in the scorebook yet for Walter State. A team effort for Cleveland State in the first half, but Damian Forrest led the charge. He had 14 in the first half. Had some nice points in the paint. He averages a double-double this season, already nearing his season average of 15 points per game. One half in the books. The second half begins in 14 minutes. We'll be back in a moment. You are watching Senator Basketball on the Jock Jive Sports Network.
Your stay in Morristown at the Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel. A friendly greeting awaits inside, and they appreciate you for choosing their hotel. When checking in, be sure to show your Best Western Rewards card and earn points. Make yourself at home in their spacious lobby, plenty of seating room, and a large screen TV await. Make your own waffles in the breakfast room each morning. Enjoy complimentary breakfast served 6 to 10 a.m. For your comfort, you'll find a dining table, work desk, and chair, and an LCD television in each room. Also equipped with a microwave and mini fridge. The Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel in Morristown.
At this point, you can just
The only time meal is plural is if you're happy to roll.
Welcome back to Morristown, about set to resume action here inside Z Buddha Assembly Hall and Gymnasium. Welcome back to our coverage of Senator basketball on the Walter State Sports Network. Mike Patel with you. So great to have you along as we round out our full Saturday slate of basketball here in Region 7. Walter State trails by 1, 30-29 in favor of the Cleveland State Cougars. In the first half, only 3 players scored for Walter State, and it was Demarius Boyd leading the charge. He had 16 points for the Senators and really got a hot hand and got them back into the contest, a game that they trailed 6-0 right out of the gates for the second consecutive contest. Walter State trailed 7-0 at Chattanooga State earlier in the week, was able to squeeze out a win 82-74 down the stretch. So we'll see if we've got more of that in store for the Senators here in the second half. Cleveland State in the first half was led by Damian Forrest. He had 13 points, but other than that, once you look at it, a pretty similar story for both sides as we take a look at the first half comparison here in Morristown. Both shooting right around that 40% mark from the field. Cleveland State had the edge there. Big difference at the free throw line. Walter State just 2 of 7 from the line in the first half. Boyd, the leading scorer, was 0 for 3 from the stripe. Not a lot going from behind the arc in the first half, but Cleveland State out-rebounding Walter State 20-11, and a lot of those coming down on the defensive end, picking up some Senator missed shots. But the Cougars have turned the ball over 10 times, and that has helped Walter State stay alive and keep it a 1-point game. So we are ready for the second half here in Morristown. Cleveland State will get the ball to begin the second half. One last look at our first half stats. On the floor to begin the second half for Walter State, it's Hale, Boyd, Williams, Fox, and Haynes. Cleveland State has Green, Forrest, Dixon, Banks, and Julian. Second half begins with an empty possession for the Cougars. Boyd gets it across. Picked up by Green. Hale, top of the key. Comes up short. Green inside the key and drops it in from just beyond the free throw line. Boyd down the floor, rattles it in.
Demarius Boyd.
Green, 15-footer, rolls off. Haynes controls it. Boyd calls for the screen, gets doubled. Inside, Haynes. Right block, spins, dishes, tipped. Cleveland State has it. Here's Green. Inside Forrest, but I think they're going to get Fox on a hold. And they do. Excuse me, not Sully Fox, Najee Wright.
Team first.
In the contest.
Fouls on number 20, Najee Wright, his second.
There's Wright. Whistled again.
Good at the line, shooting one. Number 21, Damian Forrest.
Three-point attempt for Forrest, and he gets all 3 to go. Cleveland State now leads by 5. Hale with his first bucket of the contest.
Quan Hale.
And Kawan Hale into the books. Dixon gets it to roll.
Maurice Dixon.
He's got 10. 17:35 left to go in the second half. A 37-33 lead for Cleveland State. Green, open space, down the court. Finishes with the right hand.
Christian Green.
Boyd inside the line. Bounces off the front of the iron. Fox with the rebound. That was Forrest, Damian Forrest with the board. Off the mark from Julian. Rebound controlled by the Senators. Hale pushing. A timeout called by Walters State. Bill Carlisle wants to talk things over. We'll take the break with him. Walters State trails by 6. Back to Morristown in a moment. You are watching Senator Basketball on the Walters State Sports Network.
At this point, you can just
The only time meal is plural is if you're alphabet.
Welcome back to Morristown here at Walters State. 39-33, Cleveland State out in front. Just a couple minutes into the second half. Walters State looking to advance to 6-1 of the year, 5-1 in region play. Cleveland State is an even 2-2. First game in 10 days for the Cougars. They had a game on Wednesday. It was supposed to be in Harriman at Roan State. It got canceled, and so the Cougars now back in action after a week-and-a-half hiatus. Boyd under the bucket, spins around, and rolls it in.
Demarius Boyd.
20 points for Demarius Boyd. Lead back to 4. Forrest in the corner. Haynes on him. Drives baseline. Might have stepped out. Even if he didn't, his attempt went over the bucket and would have been a turnover regardless. He did step out. Walters State has it. Haynes in the high post goes to work up on the right side. Can't get it to fall, but we'll go to the line for 2.
Fouls on number 21, Damian Forrest, his second, team first. At the line, shooting 2, number 15, Tyler Haynes.
Hard-fought trip to the free throw line for Tyler Haynes, and he's got a chance to make it a 2-point game. Haynes, 95% from the free throw line. He's perfect today. 3 for 3, and now maybe 4 for 4. Yep. 8 points for Tyler Haynes. And it's a 2-point game. Full court press. A loose press from the Senators. Now they'll back down. Hale on Green. High screen. Green plants his foot. That's the dish. Green in the corner, 5 to shoot. It's tipped. Forrest has it, 2 to shoot. Green has to get it off just inside the arc. It's tipped out. Boyd getting some direction from the bench. Slow down. Carlisle wanted them to use up the clock and get the offense rolling. Boyd, corner, 3. Off the mark. Long rebound by Forrest. Green pushes it ahead. Dixon on the block. Steps, has it tied up. Haynes might have slapped him on the wrist. But he does get whistled. Second foul of the afternoon for Tyler Haynes. Dixon underneath will go to the line for 2.
Fouls on number 20.
That's Najee Wright.
Najee Wright, his third personal foul. Team foul number 4.
The freshman out of Wauwatosa West High in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, heads to the line. Buries his first free throw of the game. Green's got 6. He averages just under 10 per contest.
Entering the ballgame, number 10, Jemias Weddle.
Dixon,
24,
rather,
Destin.
averages just under 10. But he has 12, so he's past that average. (41-37). Cleveland State in front. Haynes dumps it off. Hale down the paint. Underneath and scoops it in. Nice bucket from Quan Hale on his back to 2. 14.5 minutes left in this one. Green, right wing, off the iron. Julian cleans it up, and he's fouled on his way to the rim.
Fouls on number 10, Jemias Weddle, his first. Team
Jemias Weddle just into the contest, gets whistled.
Number 12, Jaden Julian.
So here is Jaden Julian, 40% free throw shooter.
Ballgame. For Cleveland State, number 10, John Morgan.
Knocks down the first, and now Julian with the second. It goes as well. He's got 3 points in the ball game. Boyd looking inside. No room for Haynes. Weddle picks up the foul. So he will go to the line for 2.
Fouls on number 12, Jaden Julian, his second. Team second at the line, shooting 2. Number 10, Jemias Weddle.
The second on Julian, and now Weddle at the line. Knocks down the first. And it's a perfect trip to the stripe for Jemias Weddle. Back to a 2-point contest. Dixon up top. Julian now on the wing has it. Drives, spins, kicks. Morgan. 3 to shoot. Gets it off. Rolls off the rim. Rebounded by Boyd. Looking up the floor. Hale pushes. Back to Boyd. Drives baseline. Green. It's foul.
Fouls on number 1, Christian Green, his second. Team third. Entering the ballgame, number 3, Desmond Billingsley.
Boyd lobs it up to Haynes. It's underneath it. Hale squares up but can't hit. Long rebound, gets his own board, and will go back to the rim from the right side. Doesn't hit. Underneath, tied up. Jump ball. Possession stays with Walther State. Boyd gets it into Haynes again. Haynes in space, dribbles it off his foot. Billingsley out to Morgan. Thought about it, thought better, but he double dribbled. He walked and took an extra step.
Entering the ballgame for Cleveland State, number 11, Miles Tucker.
Turns the ball over. 12:53 left in the second half. Cleveland State leads by a pair. Boyd to the basket.
Demarius Boyd.
Tie game with 12 and a half left. Dixon, top of the key, over to Billingsley. 5 seconds left on the clock. Dixon squares up a three, off the mark. Tipped out by Morgan, and Cleveland State with a fresh 20. Billingsley, other side, walked.
Entering the game for Cleveland, number 23, Quan Banks, timeout.
Cleveland State takes a timeout. Full timeout for the Cougars. We're tied at 43, 11:55 left in the contest. We'll finish it up when we return. You're watching Senator Basketball on the Walter State Sports Network.
At this point, you can just
The only time meal is plural is if you're
Welcome back to Morristown, tied at 43. Back to action here inside Z Buddha Assembly Hall. Weddle with the bucket. And Walter State has claimed the lead. 45-43, Senators in front, 11:33 left to go in the ball game. Billingsley dumps it off far side. Gets it back, top of the key, step back. Dumps it off, swings it cross court, high pass. It's caught. Baseline jumper's good from Banks. Back and forth we go. All square at 45 with 11 minutes left. Boyd inside. Weddle finishes. 6 critical points off the bench from Jermize Weddle. Inside, Forrest goes to work, tied up, and we'll go to the stripe for a pair.
Fouls on number 15, Tyler
Haynes gets whistled for his third foul of the contest.
21, Damian Forrest.
Here is Forrest. He's got a team high 17 points.
Entering the ball game for Cleveland.
Rattles off the front of the rim.
Pride.
Forrest goes 0 for 2. Haynes with the rebound, and now Hale will push. It's it swatted by Forrest. Big block from Damian Forrest. Running the floor. Keeping that one out of the bucket. Swatted it out of bounds. Walther State keeps possession. Here's Weddle. He's got the hot hand right now. Weddle, one-on-one, dumps it off. Boyd drives right side.
Fouls on number 23, Quan Banks, his first.
Boyd got pushed by Banks on his way to the bucket. Fourth foul of the half on Cleveland State. Walther State still has the ball. Here's Hale directing traffic, asking for some space. Slowing things down, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hale in isolation, 6 to shoot. Billingsley gets whistled for the foul.
Billingsley, his second, team number 5.
Fresh 20 for Walther State. 10 minutes left in the ball game. Senators lead by 2. Hale, left side. Stop, steps. Can't knock it in. Rebounded by Forrest. And Forrest keeps his double-double average alive. 10 boards to go along with his 17 points. Billingsley, open. Knocks it down.
Desmond Billingsley. 3-point basket.
Cleveland State back out in front by 1. 9.5 left. And Walther State will take a timeout. 48-47, the Cougars lead by 1. 9:23 left in the ball game. Back to Morristown after the break. You're watching Senator Basketball on the Walther State Sports Network.
At this point, you can just
The only time meal is plural is if you're happy to roll.
9.5 left to go in this one. It has been back and forth all game long. Cleveland State led 6-0. And as soon as Walther State clawed out of that hole, it has been neck and neck down the stretch. It was a 1-point game at halftime. And now Cleveland State leads by 1, 48-47. As we put a bow on our Saturday slate of basketball here in Region 7. Weddle. Off the mark. Forrest comes up with it. Looking to get it to Forrest inside. Nothing doing. Haynes on him well. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Billingsley driving around. Plants his foot. He's in trouble. 4 to shoot. Throws it away. But well stepped out. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Cleveland State will have it under their own basket. Got to get a shot off quick. 8:35 left to go in the ball game. 1-point lead for the Cougars. Green will inbound. Julian has to get it off. Corner three off the iron. Yeah, the rebound by Williams. Pushing it up the floor. Boyd for three. Buries it.
Demarius Boyd for three.
25 points for Demarius Boyd. And Dixon walked. Tried to step back into the corner, got whistled, took the step before he took the dribble. Walter State leads by 2 with 8:08 left to go in the ball game. It has been the Demarius Boyd show. He's got 25 of the Senators' 50. Hale loses the handle, gets it back. Knocked out of bounds. Cleveland State will have it. .740 left in the contest. Pride inside. Out to Dixon. His three. Drops.
Three-point basket by Maurice Dixon.
So Dixon
Number 20, Kobe Pride.
puts Cleveland State back on top by 1, and then Kobe Pride whistled for an off-the-ball foul. Next fouls will put each team into the bonus. 7 minutes left to go. 51-50. Cleveland State leads by 1. Williams with 7 on the shot clock. Drives left side. Fouled on his way up.
Fouls on number 23, Quan Banks, his second, team number 7.
So Williams will head to the line for a pair.
At the line, shooting 2.
6 points for Devontae Williams. 68% free throw shooter.
Entering the ball game for Walter State.
Knocks down the first.
Tyler Haynes. For Cleveland State, number 21, Damian Forrest.
Rattles out, and we're still tied at 51. 6:46 left in the ball game. Dixon in the corner. An off-the-ball foul. It will be a 1-and-1 for Cleveland State.
Fouls on number 25.
They get Goom Majek
His first, team
on the off-the-ball foul, his first foul of the contest.
entering the ball game for Walter State, number 20.
So Damian Forrest goes to the line for 2.
At the line, shooting 1+1, number 21.
So 1-and-1,
Forrest.
not 2 for Forrest. The front end is short. Rebound, though, by Dixon. He keeps it alive for Cleveland State. It's been an ugly night at the free throw line all around. And the trend continues. But a tie ball game with 6:15 left to go. Green tied up. Foul is called. Looked like Wright might have gotten the jump ball. But instead they'll say he got the wrist.
Quan Hale, his third, team number 8. At the line, shooting 2, number 1, Christian Green.
That's now Green heads the line. Knocks it in. Lane violation from Forrest, so the free throw was perfect, but it won't count. Cleveland State leads by 1 with 6:10 left in the ball game. Boyd plants his foot and gets the floater to go.
Demarius Boyd.
Walter State back in front. Green, high screen, dumps it off. Dixon, left wing, rattles off the rim, rebound by Cleveland State, and Banks is fouled on his way up.
Fouls on number 4. Correction, number 20, Najee Wright gets 4.
That's the 4th foul of the game for Najee Wright. 9th foul on Walter State. So one more will put the Cougars in the double bonus. And Banks drops in the first.
Entering the ball game, number 21.
First point of the game for Kawan Banks. 6 of 12 from the line this year coming into the game. Trying to make it 7 for 14. Can't do so. Tied at 53. And Walter State comes up empty on its trip down the floor. 5:17 left. Dixon, open look. Can't convert. Forrest over the back.
Fouls on number 21, Damian Forrest is 3rd, team number 8.
Third foul on Damian Forrest, but Walter State is in the bonus, so the Senators will head to the line for a 1-and-1, and it is Demarius Boyd who gets the trip. 70% free throw shooter. He leads all scorers today with 27. All right, a 1-and-1 for Boyd. Rattles off the rim and in. Front, back, front, bucket. Perfect trip to the line for Boyd, and Walter State leads by 2. 5 minutes left. Inside, Haynes was there to tie it up. Fouls Forrest before he can get to the rim. 4th foul on Haynes, and now Forrest will head back to the line. Cleveland State in the double bonus, so it'll be 2 shots for Damian Forrest. First one won't fall. Team high, 17 points for the Fort Collins, Colorado native. Can he pick up the 18th to make it a 1-point game? No, he can't. Empty trip, and Walter State still leads by 2 with 4:45 left to go in the ball game. Senators taking their time, spacing the floor. Boyd, back to Hale. Hale in space. And is fouled by Green.
Fouls on number 23, Warren Banks. His 3rd, team number 9. At the line shooting 1+1. Number 1.
So Hale heads to the line for a 1-and-1. Misses the front end, rebounded, and made. Danga Goth comes up big. The offensive board puts Walter State up 4. Dixon, baseline, can't finish. Boyd to the rim and one.
The hoop, the harm, Demarius Boyd. Fouls on number 1, Christian.
And Walter State leads by 6.
Number 10, count the basket. At the line, shooting 1.
Boyd goes coast to coast. Now a chance for a three-point play. Buries it. He's got 32. And Walter State leads by 7. Green, spot shot from the corner. Knocks in the long 2. And it's back down to a 5-point game. 9 points for Christian Green. Walter State leads by 5. Demarius Boyd with 32 points, and he's not done yet. Back in a moment. You are watching Senator Basketball on the Walter State Sports Network.
Your stay in Moorestown at the Best Western Plus Moorestown Conference Center Hotel. A friendly greeting awaits inside, and they appreciate you for choosing their hotel. When checking in, be sure to show your Best Western Rewards card and earn points. Make yourself at home in their spacious lobby, plenty of seating room, and a large screen TV await. Make your own waffles in the breakfast room each morning. Enjoy complimentary breakfast served 6 to 10 a.m. For your comfort, you'll find a dining table, work desk, and chair, and an LCD television in each room. Also equipped with a microwave and mini fridge. The Best Western Plus Moorestown Conference Center Hotel in Moorestown.
Welcome back to Walter State. An exciting finish on the horizon here in Morristown. Grateful to have you along for it. The Lady Senators picked up a 79-74 win earlier. And now the guys' team trying to make it a Saturday sweep. 3:36 left in the contest. Still a lot of basketball to play. Walter State leads by 5. Hale picked up full court by Green. Drives left side. Haynes trying to get open underneath. Now Boyd, leading scorer tonight, is doubled. Pulls up, baseline, high floater. Comes up short, rebounded by Cleveland State. Julian swings it across to Banks. Banks in the lane through traffic. And we'll head to the line for 2. Fouled on his way up.
Foul on number 10, Jemias Weddle, his second personal foul. At the line, shooting 2, number 23, Quan Banks.
Weddle is the one who fouled him. And Banks misses the first. Cleveland State has struggled at the free throw line mightily in the second half. Banks is 1 for 2 in that trip. Back to a 4-point game. Boyd backs it out. Now swings it inside. Haynes makes a move. Goes airborne and is fouled, but he'll go to the line for 2 with Walter State in the double bonus. Haynes, a 95% free throw shooter, perfect at the line tonight. Can stretch the lead back out to 6 if he makes both. And an uncharacteristic miss from Tyler Haynes. First free throw he has not nailed tonight. Still has one left. And a lane violation on Walter State as Danga Goff stepped over the three-point line before the shot, so Haynes didn't get a chance at the second. A self-inflicted wound for the Senators. Lead is 4 with 2:30 left in the game. Green tipped. Forrest comes down with it. Banks drives. Can't finish. Batted around. Hale has it. Throws it out into the front row of the stands, and it is off the Cougars. nearly hit some fans. Feels great to say that. Unfortunately, we finally have some fans back in the building, and right there in the action, each player for Walter State allowed 3 family members that can come in attendance. So we've had about 100 today between the two squads. It has been a welcome sight here in Morristown. 2:14 left. Boyd just in front of half court. Drives, blocked. Forrest and Banks were both there. Now Cleveland State pushes, trailing by 4. The 3, Julian comes up way short. Long rebound, Dixon. Julian will try again. This time it goes. And it's a 1-point game. Dixon kept it alive, and Julian didn't miss the second time. 60-59 with 1 minute and 50 seconds left to go in the contest. A thrilling finish coming up here in Morristown. Back in a moment with more Senators basketball on the Walter State Sports Network.
At this point, you can just free
The only time meal is plural is if you're I'll eat all.
Jaden Julian cashes the 3 ball in. It's back to a 1-point game. Walter State leads 60-59. With $1:40 left in the contest. Hale drives, spins, puts it up, puts it in.
Juan Hale.
3-point lead with 1:15 left. Julian thought about it again, thought better. Dixon in the corner. Drives and kicks it back. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Dixon ties it!
Maurice Dixon for 3. 1 minute to go.
Tied at 62 with 1 minute left. Timeout, Walter State. We're tied at 62, 46 seconds left in the ball game. Back to Morristown after the break. You're watching Senator basketball on the Walter State Sports Network.
Your stay in Morristown at the Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel. A friendly greeting awaits inside, and they appreciate you for choosing their hotel. When checking in, be sure to show your Best Western Rewards card and earn points. Make yourself at home in their spacious lobby, plenty of seating room, and a large screen TV await. Make your own waffles in the breakfast room each morning. Enjoy complimentary breakfast served 6 to 10 a.m. For your comfort, you'll find a dining table, work desk, and chair, and an LCD television in each room. Also equipped with a microwave and mini fridge. The Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel in Morristown.
Here we go. Tied at 62. Welcome back inside Z Buddha Assembly Hall and Gymnasium here on the campus of Walter State Community College. 46.1 seconds left to go in the ball game, and we are all square at 62 apiece between Walter State and Cleveland State. Each team with 2 timeouts, also both in the double bonus. Hale drives. Awkward shot, not near the rim. Cleveland State controls. Dixon gets it across half court. And they will call a timeout. Just a half-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock, so Cleveland State can hold with a game winner. We'll see if they do so when we come back. An exciting finish in just moments, right here on the Walter State Sports Network.
At this point, you can just
The only time meal is plural is if you're happy to roll.
Welcome back to Walter State. 23 and a half seconds left in the ball game. Cleveland State will have the ball tied at 62. The Cougars opened up the game with a 6-0 advantage. It was quickly erased by the Senators. We went back and forth. It was a one-point game at halftime. And here we are, tied at 62 with a game on the line. 23.5 seconds left in the ball game, 23 on the shot clock. So Cleveland State can hold for the final shot of the game. What would likely be the final shot of the game, maybe a couple tenths remain on the clock. We'll see if they do so. Green in space. 10 seconds left. Green drives underneath. Knocks it in with 4.2 left. Hale pushes. And he's fouled. Hale fouled with just seconds remaining on the clock. The whistle blew right before the buzzer, and the referees meeting right now. We'll see how they sort that one out. Christian Green knocked it in for Cleveland State, and now Dixon gets whistled for the foul. They're put 0.7 of a second back on the clock. Here's Hale shooting a pair at the line. Needs both to tie, and he gets the first. Cleveland State takes a timeout, trying to ice the shooter. 1 point game, 0.7 seconds put back onto the clock. Hale is at the line. He made the first and was fouled literally less than a second before the buzzer. Walter State had 4 seconds to get it down the floor. Hale did so. And now we'll have a chance to tie up the game. He's an 85% free throw shooter. With a miss, Walter State has enough time for a tip. But it would be tough. Hale to tie the game. And we're tied at 64. 0.7 seconds left. And the shot does not get off in time. 40 minutes weren't enough. We've got overtime in Morristown, tied at 64. The extra period. When we come back, you're watching Senator Basketball on the Walter State Sports Network.
Your stay in Morristown at the Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel. A friendly greeting awaits inside, and they appreciate you for choosing their hotel. When checking in, be sure to show your Best Western Rewards card and earn points. Make yourself at home in their spacious lobby, plenty of seating room, and a large screen TV await. Make your own waffles in the breakfast room each morning. Enjoy complimentary breakfast served 6 to 10 a.m. For your comfort, you'll find a dining table, work desk, and chair, and an LCD television in each room. Also equipped with a microwave and mini fridge. The Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel in Morristown.
Free basketball on a Saturday afternoon, tied at 64 at the end of regulation. Welcome back to Walters State as we begin overtime between Walters State and Cleveland State. A fresh 5 minutes on the clock. Tied at 64, Christian Green for Cleveland State with a layup with 4 seconds left to put the Cougars on top by 2. Then Kawan Hale of Walters State fouled with 0.7 seconds left. And he knocked down both critical free throws to tie the game and send it to overtime. Haynes picks up the bucket, and Walters State leads by 2. Julian with 9 to shoot. Dixon, 5 seconds, step back 3, knocks it down. Tough shot from Maurice Dixon. And he gets it to go. Cleveland State on top by 1. Boyd, back iron, rolls off, then swatted out of bounds by Green. Walters State will keep it. Here's Haynes. Off the glass and in.
Tyler Haynes.
3:30 left to go in overtime. Julian spots up a 3. It's off the mark. And Dixon's save comes up empty. He goes out of bounds, so now Walters State has numbers. Boyd underneath. Thrown away. Forrest comes up with it. Dixon's all alone at the other end of the floor and slams it home. Three minutes left in overtime. Cleveland State leads by 1. Williams drives. Up and under, it's blocked. Green throws it away. Hale backs it out. Drives, left side, plants his foot, rises, back of the rim. Rebounded by Dixon. Green pushes it across the timeline. Cleveland State leads by 1. 2 minutes left in overtime. Green gives it up. One gets it back. 5 to shoot. It's kicked. Did not see who kicked it.
Entering the ballgame, number 2, Sly Thompson.
It was kicked by the Senators, so Cleveland State gets the ball and a fresh 20 seconds on the shot clock. Walters State takes a timeout. We'll take it as well. 69-68 with 1:49 left to go in overtime. Back to Morristown after the break. You're watching a thrilling finish of Senator basketball on the Walters State Sports Network.
At this point, you can just
The only time meal is plural is if you're happy to roll.
Welcome back to Walters State as we put a bow on our Super Saturday in Region 7. 1 point lead for Cleveland State here in overtime. We were tied at 64 at the end of regulation after a couple of buckets with less than 5 seconds left from either side. Now Cleveland State leads by 1 with 1:49 left to go in overtime. Tied up underneath. Got the ball into Forrest, and he is fouled.
Fouls on number 24, Destin Baker, his third.
Grabbed by Barker.
Shooting 2. Number 21, Damian Forrest.
Now Forrest at the line for a couple. He's had a tough time at the line in the second half. Can make up for it here. Nothing but net. Drains the first one. Cleveland State leads by 2.
Entering the ball game for Walter State, number 12, Reed. With number 1, Juan Hale.
Forrest to make it a 3-point lead. Got it. Cleveland State leads by 3 with $1:50 left in overtime. Boyd drives, blocked. Green swings it over to Banks. Now the Cougars take their time. 1:15 left in the extra period. Hands it off to Julian. He's doubled, but Green gets it back. 10 on the shot clock. Julian with 5. Green drives baseline, kisses it off the glass and in. 5-point lead for Cleveland State with 59.5 remaining. Timeout on the floor. We'll take the timeout as well. The Cougars have roared in front by 5. Back in a moment, you're watching Senator Basketball on the Walter State Sports Network.
Your stay in Morristown at the Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel. A friendly greeting awaits inside, and they appreciate you for choosing their hotel. When checking in, be sure to show your Best Western Rewards card and earn points. Make yourself at home in their spacious lobby, plenty of seating room, and a large screen TV await. Make your own waffles in the breakfast room each morning. Enjoy complimentary breakfast served 6 to 10 a.m. For your comfort, you'll find a dining table, work desk, and chair, and an LCD television in each room. Also equipped with a microwave and mini fridge. The Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel in Morristown.
Five-point lead for Cleveland State. 59.5 seconds left in overtime. Full court press from Cleveland State. Boyd, coast to coast, but can't finish. Batted out of bounds. Cleveland State has it. 50 seconds left. Walter State needs a stop. Julian gets it across. Tied up, batted away. Dixon on the floor. I think they got the timeout. Cleveland State did indeed get the timeout. Cougars take a full timeout with 37.7 left in overtime. Cleveland State leads by 5, but still a lot of basketball left. Back in a moment, you're watching Walter State Basketball on the Senator Sports Network.
At this point, you can just free.
The only time meal is plural is if you're happy to roll.
Cleveland State's lead is 5. with 37.7 seconds left in overtime. The Cougars have the ball. Walter State trying to force a turnover. Thrown away, but Green gets it in the backcourt. And he is fouled by Boyd. Second foul on Boyd, but Green will go to the line for 2. So Cleveland State can now ice it down the stretch, potentially at the free throw line. Green, a 65% free throw shooter on the year. Spots up the first, but rolls it in. Two for 2 for Christian Green. And the lead is 7 for Cleveland State with 35 seconds left in overtime. Hale trips and a block. That was on Green, his 4th. Walter State also in the bonus, so Hale will head to the line for 2. Hale hit the 2 most important free throws of the contest that tied this game up with 0.7 seconds left. That's what sent us to overtime in the first place. Second free throw off the back iron, and Dixon comes up with it tied up. Boyd gets called for the foul. Not able to make it a jump ball. And now we'll play the free throw game down the stretch. 26.5 left to go in overtime. A 6-point lead for Cleveland State on top 75-69. And now Maurice Dixon will get his chance at the charity stripe. Dixon with 5 points in overtime. Knocks down the first. "25 points for Maurice Dixon, and Cleveland State leads by 8. Boyd, turnaround 3. Off balance, won't fall. Rebounded by Forrest. Trapped, and Cleveland State should be able to dribble it out. Dixon gets fouled. But it is pretty much settled. 11.5 seconds left to go in overtime. Cleveland State on top by 8. Dixon can make it a double-digit lead. First one rolls out. Drops in. Cleveland State up 9. 11 seconds left in overtime. Boyd down the paint. Spots up a 3 off the mark. And that will do it. Cleveland State wins it in overtime. 78-69 the final. The Cougars were on top 6-0 to begin the contest. Squandered that lead. They had a 1-point cushion at halftime. A big third quarter for Walter State. Got the Senators out in front and in control for the first time of the ball game. And then it was a title fight down the stretch in the second half. Walter State with a big performance in the final 10 minutes, going neck and neck with Cleveland State. Ultimately, we were tied at 62. And then a basket by Cleveland State by Christian Green with 4 seconds left gave the Cougars the lead. Hale took it the distance, got fouled with 0.7 of a second left for Walters State, and nailed 2 critical free throws to send us to overtime. But in the extra period, the Cougars were just too much. They end up winning by 9. The final, 78-69. Cleveland State wins and advances to 3-2 on the year. Walters State now 5-2 in the 2021 campaign. That wraps up a fun, busy day of basketball. The Lady Senators taking home the win in our opener, and the Cleveland State Cougars winning the nightcap. Thanks for joining us all afternoon long on the Walters State Sports Network. For our entire Jock Jive team, Maya Patel saying good night from Morristown, where Cleveland State is victorious in overtime. Have a great rest of your Saturday, everybody. We will talk to you next week.